I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
That Sports for the best authentic sportswear. You check Wilton Sports when you want the best authentic sportswear. Wilton Sports. Food change advertise fee. And for roll out the numbers. Remember, no easy laugh, no off.
All right. Good afternoon, my lovely people. Jamaicans, home and abroad. You understand me? Those in, other parts of the world. Greetings, blessings in the mighty name of the Most High God. Jehovah Jireh. You understand me? He is our keeper, and he will not suffer our foot to be moved. He that keeps us, he never slumbers, and he never sleeps. No weapon formed against us shall prosper, and every tongue that is risen up against us in condemnation, they shall be proven wrong. For this shall be our heritage as children of the Most High God, and our righteousness is of him. I want you to understand that. We fear no man, and though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we fear no evil, for thou art with us. His rod and his staff, they comfort us. He prepares a table before us in the presence of our enemies. He anoints our head with oil. Our cups run over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives. Want you to hear me, people. We stand resolute. We are not deterred by negativity. We lift our level every day above the fray. They think that we are unwise. They think that because we serve God, that we are unwise and we are unintelligent. So they will not challenge their friends and their colleagues and go to the highest level to bring down those. But they will seek to try and interfere with the man of God and bring your religious belief into question. But I am surrounded by the angels of the Most High God. I've been in this long enough. I've been in the streets, in the slums. And by the grace of the Almighty God, I am where I am. Not by the works of any man, but by the hands of the Almighty. And he who has begun this good work in me, he's going to bring it to completion. We don't care what people say, because our reputation, people can tarnish. But a character is who we are on the inside, and nobody can change that. Those who know us know what's real, and they stand strong with us. So for you, Mr. Man, that trying to use me as a scapegoat for your plan, it's not going to work. Do whatever you will and whatever you can. Challenge your friends and your colleague and leave me alone. Take on your friends and your colleagues. Call out your friends and your colleague. Leave me alone. Because trust me, their attorney is not bigger than or more powerful than mine. But we continue to pray. We will not be like you. We'll continue to speak good of all men. You understand me? Best documentary, big up yourself. Triple E, big up yourself. Best documentary, the people who know, man. You don't need to know that. You don't have to think that, man. You don't know the street. Best documentary. You don't know the street like me. The people who know me know that you don't know the street like me. Best documentary. So relax, best documentary. You don't know the street. Listen, we grew up on the streets, but we never allowed the street to grow on the inside of us. You hear best documentary? We are smart enough to know that we live our life in the context of the situation that we are in. So, we can speak just like our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who could speak to the most affluent, stand before presidents and prime minister and speak, but could also speak to the man in the street. That's how we are. So we grew up in the street, but we educated ourselves because we believe that one day we would have to help some other youngsters to elevate life. It is a great day to be alive, and God is good all the time. And all the time, God is good. Listen, people, I am blessed and highly favored of the Most High God. I'm kept by Him and Him alone. Big up to everyone. Big up to everyone. Today, people, we're going to have good conversation, right? Keep your conversation, your dialogue with everyone respectful. You understand me? Don't be disrespectful to anyone. You never know where life will ever take you. This world is about networking, knowing people, and connecting with people. Because today, I always tell people this, right? If everything belongs to the Lord God Almighty, for the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. What I have today could be transferred to you tomorrow. It's like God have this one big bank account, and he can do what you call own bank transfer. Meaning that, guess what? He can transfer everything that I have to you. And then maybe I'm in a position where I would need to depend on you. So I learned this in life. No matter how difficult it is to show respect to people. Right? And I continue to implore Jamaican youths to show respect to people. I'm going to tell you about a place right now that people, this is a place that I lived, a place called Water Lane, in a place called George's Plain, in a place called Westmoreland. Spend some time there. People know that. And in that street, there's a group of youth that, you know, like I said, we make it and we in a places and we would help them. in corner leagues and all of those things. Make sure them get jersey. Travel down from Kingston many times to support and help them. Many ways we help them. And I've lived to see more than 30 of those youths have been connected from that said community, that lane and Blackheath Road and Blue Castle. People them know Poppy Street, 3 Miles River, Dung Road. You understand me? All of them places. I've lived to see more than 30 of those youth kill each other. More than 30 of them, the numbers. More than 30 of them. Youth were grew up, go to the same George's Plain primary school together. They might have go Grange Hill High School or Godfrey Stewart or Mannings or from. Petersfield, all of them. And watch this, over 30 of them in that small area alone, dead. And all of them kill one another. And friend kill friend. Youth who mother and father still communicate, destroy each other's life. We can tell about youth from Dexter and Russia, Darling Street and Charlene and Grata down south. Youth from Burnsville and all different places, Grange Hill, Top Lincoln and Mint Road and them places there. We can go up Whitehall Avenue and tell you that me see the conflict between Movado and Cartel, Big Yard and Cassava Peace and the Gully Bank youth them. How that turned into a terrible, terrible conflict youth I know and grew up with, who not dead, they are jail or left Jamaica. Movado, who me and him go youth fellowship, footer hyper youth when me talk to. Me see youth from Common, where we play ball with. Run at 12, 14, 100, Park Lane. Youth at time for we stop it, it no make no sense. Because if you live by the gun, you're going to die by the gun. It's a new year we're coming up to. Can't continue like this. Me see youth from different side of Rima. When me used to go down there at park and talk to them from them time, they're from fatherless crew time. Turn enemies amongst themselves down at Rima. Youth me used to sit down and reason with. Bring them all up at the church. Them time them used to bring them a church on the rock and make them play for the church team. Bring them different places to play football and make money. It no make no sense, brother. No, man. Hey, James Smith, it wasn't just me, you know. Let me tell you this. We can't go through the whole story now, but what I know is that, and that's why I really want to help people, you know. I always tell people, say, I didn't have to, but my follow a friend and end up sleep on street side for sell newspaper to make money in a university in a Jamaica, yeah. Me. People from the church see me and see me have potential. And say, no, them make sure, say, them do everything for help me. And they have a grandmother named Miss Adeline. It's them people, them a ramp. And then, but the kind of, it was rough for me, you know, though I could have, because me have an uncle who was a soldier. Name Hines, him dead, you know. And then, man, they make sure, say, we're safe and nobody not in trouble. But here's the thing, you can't do no nonsense. But a whole of people we can big up. We can't call all of them names now. But even mentor now who live overseas. And Tommy Cowan and them people that they make sure say, me there around them every minute. You understand me? But James, one of these days, man, We're going to talk the story, you understand me? And bring on some of the people them. But I love footer hype. You know me and me know your footer hype. You have to start behave yourself now. Big man, you know. Big up to the whole of the people them are sent on, because them know, you know. Understand me? Hey, you see, Danny Beckford help me, you know. That's why me now, no matter what, me now go around Danny Beckford, you know, because even when me save and I go church, you know, me get, you know, I could have gotten into big problems in a center, you know, where me used to still go on, you know, because going to church no mean your entire life change right away, you know, but that still give problem, you know. And there was a massive incident, you know, it's Danny Beckford. At first, he give me a hard time. But him and Captain Burrell work to help me. That is why every day I dedicate myself to help you. Every minute, every moment, I always find a way to invest in people's life because people added value to my life. That is why I'm here today. I could have been dead, and I should have been dead. I'm going to tell people that them think a joke. And I know a lot of you out there has these stories, you know, you like Jason, who their grandson and could have taken a next part, is right here now. A whole heap of other people. Some of the people you see overseas get saved from the system. Hey, don't take Duckland easy, you know. Duckland, me know Duckland family, you know. Not through the tour when name's Tenet, you know. If you listen to some things in Jamaica, you hear Duckland family, you know. And look at Duckland there. You know. So we grew up not just in places where we're exposed to badness, but we grew up in places where we see extreme poverty. And our parents teach it, do without it. Make we go to bed. When you're hungry, you go to your bed early. My mother died young, you know, but she teach us that, listen, do without. And if you learn to do without, you will not steal. Me tell her that. But big up the man, them man. And big up the ladies as well. Daniel Smith, you know what's going on? You know what's going on? You know how Richie Stevenson used to put on, you know, Patago lead down a south there, so. Yeah. Yo, you see that one I was saying, yo, Jano, you see how this, no, this a person I really know me, Art of Love. When me tell people, say, you see when we did the SDC project there, we go back to Calalumuse, Riverton, Bower Banks. Hey, name them, Mango Stone. You name the baddest place them in Jamaica. We go down the early childhood stimulation and education. Hey, yo, the person, Art of Love. Yo, but I love to know how this man, you have to give me a real name. Can't believe it. SDC. Yes. That's how I always big up all them they watching scene. A lot of them people that yes, hey, me I tell you, God is good, yeah, man. God is good. God is so good. Yeah, man, big up Richard Stevens and the pot of gold, man. Hey, there's a brother, you know, he was in the all-in thing, you know. David Smith, you know. All them man there, you know. A whole heap of football, them man, they make me play, you know. The Joan Duncan, 5-a-side, you know. Them time, me and Loxley and Marky and them man, they from Marvel, you know. I play ball. Big up Loxley, Sharp Rod, my boss. One of them days I did the interview, you know. The amount of teams that you bring in there. You understand me? Big up. But big up every youth who grew up in the garrison, but never allowed the garrison to grow up in them. And today, they are products of a better system seeking to make changes in people's life. I have a big up every man that. Because on the Kingston garrison alone have it hard, you know. You have some place in Montego Bay where youth go through hardship, you know, and they make it out of it, you know. You have some youth places in the Westmoreland, may I tell you, you know, where you know, easy, you know. places like Russia, and I know some of them places, you know, people still, a majority of people in Westmoreland are some board house, them living in a brother, with bathroom on the outside, you know. So big up to the girls, them, and the youth, them. We grew up in a them thing there and make it in a life. Yeah, man, Marky from Marvel, I'm a Jenna. Yeah, man, Marky and Loxley and Rushy. You don't know, a Shaka. You want them know, you know. Bunda. Yeah, police, you know, big up yourself for them, man. They used to roll the ball with sometime in the corner league. My food. I will up a ball. Yo, we can't cause Shani from Kansas Spring. They want to be afraid, you know. You understand me? If me say Stain, some people know, you know. You understand me? Stain, you don't know. Big baller. Yo, I want up a baller. Bless up for the say Bumpy. You don't know, you know. Yo, Dino. You understand me? Crooks. Jimmy. That a Fabian brother, you know. Skiller. Lady of foreign. Polo. Planting. The goalkeeper, we see with him, man. The goalkeeper coach at Glenmuir, you know. We see, man, me interview him and Andre Henry, you know. Big up yourself, Plant, anyway you're there. Because I have a peace ball of them. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Big up the one of Sherlock or Brook Valley, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know it go already, man. Big Parish Council. Yo, ball yard. Don't ramp. What you mean? What you mean? Yeah, but people, let's go through a couple of things. Big up every person on the chat. I mean, I have to put up about this, right? Big up Joe. Lots of respect, you understand me? Hey, I met Joe, you know. And Joe, you know, say one of these days you even need to share your story to people, you know. Joe could have been in the NFL, you know, people. Big player, you know. Very humble youth, you know. Joe, you know, KC connected to, but could have been in the NFL, you know, and got a serious injury and thing, you know. Big NFL football, American football player, you know. Yeah, man. And but Joe is one of our members. People, a lot of you are not members yet, you know. Sign up for membership, man. Hit the like button, subscribe, give a super chat or a super sticker today. Come on, man. Let's see if we can do something, cause you understand me? Do something for the channel so we can upgrade. All right. Now, I'm going to start with the JPL because this is important. I mean, the games yesterday on TV, 2 games. The first game was Limal versus Mullines. Okay game. I just found out that Brian Mighton is no longer with Mullines. I heard through the grapevine. Mr. Mighton would love to hear from you. What took place? Because we understand that the coach was changed. The coach got changed and then the manager is no longer there. I don't know if the coach and the manager were fired at the same time or the manager fired the coach and then they fired the manager. I don't know. You understand me? Or the manager just resigned. But Brian, if you are available, you know, would like to talk to you. You understand me? I know you're not watching the show right now. So when you watch the show later, you can come on and tell us, you understand me, what really, you know, the technical director got fired, the coach got fired, and the manager is not there. So what is going on down there at Mullines? And this is a crucial time because they played, you know, a struggling team and they weren't able to get the win. Oh, Brian is here. What it says, man is man. You more important things than me. Yeah. All right, boss. So that's what is happening at Mullines. But good game. Unseen was unseen yesterday. You know, at the game, but Limal, they drew 0-0. They also going through changes there. See, Vanny Clark has joined the staff at Limal. Vanny Clark is the man who was at at Mount Pleasant. So now he's a part of the staff there at Limal. We really wish them the best. But when teams are going through these kind of things in this JPL, it's very difficult to see them surviving. in it. So I wish them all the best. You understand me? But it's going to be a tough journey. Then the second game was Mount Pleasant versus Waterhouse. I thought it started out very well. Mount Pleasant was doing good, and you know, the first half we saw the first half of the first half we saw some good football, but as the game got going, we noticed that Waterhouse got into the game, started doing a whole lot of stuff good. The game ended 0-0, but I want to speak, right? And then it kind of petered out into a nothing game for me, all right? Good to also have George Davis, who was at Sportsmax, moved to Nationwide, but he was doing commentary yesterday. Big up, George. Your quality is needed in that setting. But I have to speak to something. At the highest level, we have to find a better way of preparing the field. That field yesterday is terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. I don't know who is responsible, but the field, Mr. Gould, Mr. Christie, you guys have to challenge the groundsmen or the person who is responsible for Draxall to make sure that after 2 weeks no games were there, that the field be better prepared. The field must be better prepared. What am I talking about, people? Players have gotten injured in training on this said field. And players got injured at the game yesterday because of the field. Because of the field. One of the players who have been on good form twisted his ankle. Other players reached out to me today talking about, you know, just running and the uneven bounce and, you know, ankles twisting and turning. They sing on their knees. So fix the field. Fix the field. What do I mean by fixing the field? It's better to play one game and water the field. Why you can't get a light roller, one of those you use with hand, water the field and roll it, because it is you say it is part of it is sand base. We can't play Premier League on this. We cannot play the Premier League on this. It's not good for the players. It's not good for the teams. It's not good. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. But I must commend you because the place is nicely painted and it makes Draxall look so much better. And I thought this would have been such an excellent game. In fact, I believe, you know, if the field was well kept, then Mount Pleasant would have won the game. Although Waterhouse created some opportunities. But I think the condition of the field affected the play and the flow of the game. And bigger than that, people are going to get hurt on the field. Youths could lose their contracts, have long-term injury needing surgery. We have to make a decision concerning some of these fields where they are inspected for the evenness or the unevenness of the bounce. And if it is uneven, the game is not played. The persons who are responsible for the grounds must be held responsible. There are rollers that you can get. You don't have to get heavy duty rollers. Roll the field. Roll the field. Roll R-O-L-L the field, man. Come on. Sabina Park has a cricket pitch in it and the ball flows smoothly on Sabina Park pitch. Stadium East has so many games and the ball flows smoothly there. So my thing, where the condition of the field is not good, play the game elsewhere. I'd rather every game be played in the National Stadium or at Stadium Meets at Sabina Park on good surfaces than to play on some of these surfaces. While I appreciate the crowd, but I honestly believe that we can do better with the surfaces. And you know, Mount Pleasant on my side. Mount Pleasant on my side still, you know. My side. Dukeland says the grass is unacceptable. And then Brian says, yeah, needs to be. Yeah, curiosity. Mannings, does the player get medical in the JPL? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you have to do medical. Listen, all the stuff that are supposed to be at international level games, they're at the field, you know, in terms of doctors, ambulance, all of those things. So if a person have heart situation, everything is there to deal with it. So in terms of the operational part of it, man, they really have that part covered. And there are good medical stuff being done. And then you have Jadco, the random testing of players in Jamaica too, you know. So if I'm on drugs, you understand my problems. Okay, Fresh got his sense, Stadium East is not, yeah, being rolled as well, properly. All right, does the player have medical insurance? I don't know. I can't speak to all the teams, but I know that there are clubs, the Harbour Views, the Portmore, the Mount Pleasant, I think Waterhouse, you know, so some of the clubs, I know Mobile United. So some of the clubs do, I don't know if all the clubs have those things, but some of the clubs really have good packages for the players. It has really improved in that aspect of the administration. Yeah, there you go. The clubs have medical insurance through a sponsor. There you go. No, man, they do medical parish council, man. Come on, man. They do medicals, man. Don't do that to the league. Mr. Porter said, management after a game, one have to check the field and fill out the divots, top dress, overseed lightly roll and water, stop training every day on it, find an alternative training pitch. I think Mount Pleasant have an alternative pitch that they can use. Yeah. Yeah, man. So it's a requirement to register the club. Parish council, that was back in your days, man. These players, remember now, the players have contract, and in the contract that they signed, they are responsible for paying all their statutory deductions. So a lot of the clubs have that in the contract. So when I get my $450,000 a month for playing for Tivoli Gardens, I need to go and make my NHT contribution and those things. Are you asking why clubs? Generally, parish council, when you are a professional in contract, it's normal that the company that signs you to a contract asks you to take care of your statutory deductions. I know many companies who do that. Even hotels will do that when they take on certain people to come and do specific jobs at the hotels. You are responsible for covering your statutory deductions. Mount Pleasant have their own field, but where the field is located, remember, Mount Pleasant is up in the hills in Omar Fowling. They have their own field where the school is at. Very, very good surfaces. They have more than one surface. It's a bit supporter. So much I get it. Yeah, but we have to sort out the field thing. You understand me? We can't afford to get have the player being injured. Yeah. And people, listen, good game, that's what I'll say. Because people are saying to me, this is the best schoolboy football game they have seen in years. Listen, man, come on, man. The game wasn't that excellent, man. You understand me? The game wasn't that excellent. I don't think it was an excellent game. You know, you talk about good game, you have to talk about Tottenham Hotspur versus Liverpool. Tottenham Hotspur, Fulham versus Liverpool, and Tottenham versus, man. Them caliber game that we are talking about, man. The game was an ordinary game, man. Ordinary game, man. You understand me? Big up Defense Force in Trinidad. People, if you don't know, Defense Force is my team. Dexter Elka. Hear me. Big up on yourself in the Defense Force with support in the TNT, in the TNT League. Defense Force. You understand me? Yeah, man. But all right, Malik, are you what you're saying? What I don't want us to do, because people start talk about the CDM from Glenn Muir, that him a big ball and should meet the under 20 team and the 19, the number 19, them and they are big ball and Malachi Douglas and this. Listen, you see, if we're going to say they are schoolboys, so we shouldn't compare them, then don't make it. Don't make it. Don't begin to make it look like this was such a great game and the players are these great players. Let's keep the thing in moderation. Don't overhype the thing and overhype the youngsters. That is the point. I'm not saying the game was not hot enough, but overall quality of football, I didn't find it to be high quality football. It was okay. It's going to be hot because it's two schoolboy teams from Clarendon playing. But in terms of general under 20 footballing standard across the world, it was ordinary. With all due respect to the players and the fans that turn out. People are telling me that, yo, this is one of the biggest attendance, miss, if one of them. You must be mad. People, the bleachers wasn't really even open. And grandstand was not full to capacity. We've cool down, you know, man. We've calm, you know. We've calm, man. We've calm, you know, man. We've calmed. You know, see, we had a problem because we watch a game like this, and all of a sudden we start call 8 of the local youngsters, them for doing this and them for doing that, and make them believe that they are bigger than they are. Make we just calm them, man, and appreciate the game, man. Appreciate that it was two rivals and it was very competitive. But in terms of global football standard at that level, it was. You understand me? No, man. All right. Malik, I am different, and I give a lot of respect to local players. No, man. Not do me that, man. Me tell you about all Adrian Reed. I know about me. All I'm saying is that we are the reason why some of these youngsters leave high school and believe that they are the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's just schoolboy league. I'm going to give you a next good example. And there are good footballers that are there in our standard. All right? All right? The women's game yesterday. First, let me commend these group of young ladies. They played 5 games. The last one, they drew 4 points. They didn't qualify. And you know what? Unfortunate that they didn't. No fault of theirs. They gave their heart. They gave everything. For those who are wondering where is Marla Sweatman, she was not available for the second game because after the first game she had to leave because she was doing some courses and she just made herself available for one game. So she wasn't available for the second game. So it wasn't like the coach had her on the bench and chose not to use her. She was not available, all right? But first, let me commend the coaches who stepped in and the people who stepped in, and that right. And let me also commend the players as well, because they gave a good effort right? It is not this set of girls that did not qualify. It is Jamaica that did not qualify. And again, I believe the federation has a lot to answer to where this is concerned. What am I talking about? That I believe from after the World Cup, there should have been a resolution with this matter, with the girls in the World Cup squad, so that there could have been a better way. But if the girls in the World Cup squad had defeated Canada over those two legs, then they would have qualified for the Olympics and also for the Gold Cup. So not beating Canada opened up the opportunity to play in this, and then the impasse was not resolved, and this is the consequences of it. All right. Now, I cannot blame the girls. I cannot blame Xavier Gilbert. It's not. Do I believe that he could have possibly made a different decision? He could have. All right. So that is it. And at the end of the day, here is how I see it. If things fall apart in the church that I lead, then as a leader, a lot of that is on me, because everything rises and falls on leadership. That is a teaching by John Maxwell. So I have to take probably a lot of the blame. So when the teams fail, the federation must be held accountable for the failure of the teams, because the successes are given to them. So nobody can come out and say the My Crickets led administration have not had success. They have qualified 2 female teams. So when teams do not qualify, they have to take the brunt of the blame. I also believe, again, let me say it, and I've said this over and over and over, that when people work, including the young ladies who play for us, they must be paid. And the young men, they must be paid. I also believe, though, that for me, my country is who I represent. I don't represent a federation, but I am indirectly connected to the nation of Jamaica in football through the JFF. But when I take that field, I'm not playing for the Jamaica Football Federation. I'm playing for every Jamaican, from Moran Point to Negril Point, from everywhere in the United States, everywhere in Europe, everywhere across the Caribbean, where Jamaicans reside, I am representing them. So whenever I have the opportunity to do that, I must put aside whatever differences I have and represent them and find means of getting what is rightfully mine. That is how I believe in all sporting discipline. People, do not walk away from here and go and say that management is saying that the girls are not supposed to be paid. I am not saying that. They have worked hard and they have done well, and they must be rewarded. All right? Bam. So let me say that. So that is where that is at. But I was going to make this point. Chanel Buckley is a very good player, right? But you can see that at this level, remember, at this level, it's a struggle for her. It's a struggle for her. It's a struggle for her at this level. Though she dominates schoolgirl football, though she dominates the league football in Jamaica, at this level, it's a big struggle. What am I saying? When you see our star players in our schoolboy leagues, male and female, when they move up to the CONCACAF level, you realize that there's still a gap. So please be mindful of that, and do not, my people, overhype them. Let them learn every single day that they're still a far way from the ultimate target and the highest level. So they will work hard on their game. I do that with my son. When he plays and he scores a lot of goal in the prep school thing here, and them say, hey, he should be this and he should be part of this all-star and thing. I say, listen, you can't be comparing yourself to these other kids that you're playing. You have to go, you have to go, you understand me? You have to go to a higher level. So when he goes to a higher level, he realizes that it's even, and for some, he's below their level. So I'm beginning to teach him that while you're in Jamaica, you can't compare yourself to the other kids in the prep school. You can't. Because you already come in knowing that you are probably better than them. You understand me, my people? So I think that is how we have to talk to the youngsters. We have to talk to the youngsters. You understand me? So, big up me. Hey, me have big up. This gentleman, you know, a couple of persons have to big up, right? Me have big them up right now. Pause for a worthy cause. People, hit the like button. All right. Hit the like button. 59 likes. That not look good at all. 59 likes. No super chat. No super sticker. All right. So first, let me big up Mike Ose. I think Damani Ose father. Damani Ose was in the Jamaica squad that played the friendly in New Jersey against Guatemala. Mike Ose is in Jamaica, and he for the first time I think he was able to watch a schoolboy game at the state, and he was over the moon. Big up yourself. You understand me? Yeah. Yeah. All right. So that's Mike Ose. The other person is Junior Groves. Groves. That's his Easy Groves. He came for the game. He has been in Jamaica, and I know that he has been in dialogue with Mount Pleasant. I think Mr. Devon Porter is also engaged with this club called Masters Football Academy. Also, a part of this is Richard Shartman Edwards. And I'm going to share. Hey, I'm going to share this story because you know that people, big up Richard Shartman Edwards, you know. I'm not going to talk about this, but you see, Jamaicans, home and abroad, why so often when other Jamaicans try things to make themselves better and others better, we have a problem. It's like what is happening on YouTube. Like everybody would love to see everybody else's channel not work. Why we can't help? Why we can't work so all of us get better? All of us can get better, you know. You know that every artist in Jamaica can get better, and every artist can get a piece of the cake. You don't have to box out a man, thing out time, hand, believing that you're gonna get more. You and I can enjoy our slice of the cake and keep on enjoying it. Shartman Edwards have come up against some opposition in starting his own thing to the point where they have basically shut him down. And I am doing some research. I'm doing some digging. Them shut down. Other Jamaicans, I am understanding, is a part of this. And I am doing my own digging, you know. I don't talk to Shartman yet, but I'm doing some digging. And I'm going to get the information. I'm going to put it out there publicly. Whenever I get it, because I'm not going to come out and talk about it until I have all the information concerning it. But one thing I know is that other Jamaicans have gone up against him. Cannot understand it that a young Jamaican move and trying to make something, and other Jamaicans, Richard Edwards, other Jamaicans, People in the chat, please control yourselves, right? So big up Junior Groves. Junior Groves was one of those persons who he just wanted to help the Reggae Boys when they were in Canada. And so he and Mr. Porter, they would say like, is there anything we can help with? Like they made themselves available to help with anything at all. Anything at all. You understand me? Anything at all. And I have to big up Junior Growth and his daughter who played. You know, so I have to big up those two persons. Right? So Mike, when the show finish, you understand me? Management will link you and things. So big up Masters Football Academy. They could be here again with an entire academy team and their first team to play some games in Jamaica. So look out for that. You understand me? We're gonna work on many projects because people, I don't business what the people people hit the like button. Here's the thing. I don't business what the people them saying. No. You see at the end of this, at the end of this, right? Here is what people gonna say. They're gonna hate me for doing good works. Because here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to let you stop me from doing good. Because not doing good won't stop you from criticizing me. So I'm going to keep on doing good. I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. Every opportunity I have to do something to help people, I'm going to do it in spite of what people are going to say. All right, Sport Corner says, Manning's man, what's the update on Devontae Campbell? Devontae Campbell having a good season. I believe that he could be out of Jamaica in January. He could be out of Jamaica come January. All right? Yeah. And he's still young, but he could be out of Jamaica come January. Yeah. All right. Again, I also want to big up Andre Blake and his agent, right? And all the people connected to him. You know, they have a goalkeeping a weekend for goalkeepers, the 14th and the 15th. This is Reggae Boys Captain Andre Blake. And they will be doing it at the Captain Horace Burrell Center from the 14th to the 15th of December. I know that there's also plan to extend that across Jamaica. So let's see how that goes, right? Yep. So I think that's the next good thing that is happening as well. Leighton says, I am sure sports respect, man. Big up Leighton, you know, all the while. The game last night was disheartening, but sometimes good can come from bad situation. Well thinking Jamaican have to keep fighting for what's best for the football, definitely. And I think, listen, I don't know, I like there's a part of me that says this is probably good, but there's a part of me that says this is bad. Like good can come out of this, but this is still bad because here's what. Do you know that until 2025, Jamaica have no more competitive games? What that means, you know, is that it's only friendly games. And that would mean if a coach comes in, a coach will have to build a team for the World Cup qualifying in 2025 through friendlies. Now, like how many of the players are going to stay around? 2 years, basically. Well, one full year without any competitive games. And how many of them will be released? So I think like if we had qualified, it would have been good. Now that we have not qualified, I think there are some, like, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. That's why I don't really want to talk about it because the young ladies who played, they did their best. And I also think like the young ladies who took action, they have a right to take action. In the same way, I believe that the GFF probably have a right to their position. And at the end, when all the information is out, then we will know. Yeah. See that I am sure sports also wanted to say that there might be some good news coming out today for Jamaican fans. Mimi Van Zanten and Jody Brown are in the finals of NCAA 1 with FSU. Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm not telling analyze, the goalkeeper, Mensa, a good goalkeeper still. How young is she? Late now, how young is Mensa, the goalkeeper? She really can keep, Good goalkeeper. Like her. Good goalkeeper. Big up yourself. Big up yourself, Izzy. Boy, the number 6, Lauren Reed. Big up. Big up yourself. Hey, I'm glad we not to watch along for female football, jeez. Sorry, I'm glad I don't do watch along because I probably would have been livid last night and say something unkind because 2 penalties in 2 games. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Almost similar. Almost similar goals. So I don't know, man. But the goalkeeper is good. What's the number 2 name? I think she can defend well as well. One of the day sister, I don't know. I think the one who plays left back is a little better than the one who plays left wing. I like Davia Richards as well. She works very hard. I think her touch is poor, but she works very hard. But I don't know. The captain never impressed me. I don't know if she has not been playing, and that's just my opinion still. I didn't feel like as a captain she took the game by the scruff of the neck, and I don't know. I don't know if I would say I think like Buckley need to get some weight. I think she need to get some strength. Duklan, I see Duklan have a question here. Like, Duklan, management, there is a notion that the JFF deliberately killed the female program. Do you think it is possible? There is, let me say it this way. There would be absolutely no benefit for this federation or the one that will be in place after January 14 to kill female football, given what they had made or have made from the World Cup. Listen, the fact that we went to 2 World Cups in a row, the fact that we went to the round of 16. You cannot and should not ever think about doing anything to destroy the football. It would make absolutely no sense. Do you realize that the WSL in the States is going to be expanded? So I cannot see any logical reason for them wanting to do that, Duklan. That would be my position. It would not make any sense. No, NWSL, yes. No, he's not injured. He cannot play until January. So January you will see him, and January you will see Daniel Green, which means that at least 5 players will be cut from the Mount Pleasant team because they can't have, yeah. Oh, James is saying that even the USL has a women's league. There you go. You understand me? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and I like what I think James says this to that. The girls were called up at short notice, so it's very difficult to judge them, and that is true. We have a caller. Let's see if we can take the caller. All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
Yeah, man. Greetings, man. Greetings to everybody on your platform, on your listeners and viewers, You know what kills me about this whole thing, Manins? Well, let me just say this. I worked for a company for 23 years, right? Still working, and for the same company. It's a global company, but I have a supervisor, and that supervisor have his supervisor, and his supervisor have his supervisor, and so on and so forth, right? So my supervisor would be my first level, his supervisor would be my second level, and then we have a third level, so on. Um, I've, I've had different supervisors, different second level and third levels, etc. I have never had a whole slate of people that I agree with, or agree with their management style, are satisfied with everything they have done.
Yeah.
But I've always had, I've always done my job regardless. And none of them can ever say, even some of them that I didn't like, can ever say that I never did my job and that they had any major issues with me. In fact, some of them, a lot of them probably would commend me. All right, so that's on a personal level, right? I don't want to trivialize the thing too much, but I just don't understand how we manage to get here. You and I manage. Anybody with common sense will say, if I'm going to take an action, I mean personally, and like I say, if you have any common sense at all, anybody, if you're going to take an action, you have to think about the result of that action and the ramifications of it, right? I mean, I'm also married. And I tell my wife, if you ever see me do anything that you don't like, don't bother wait until you get really upset and then blow up on me. Just try and let me know early so I can fix whatever is wrong that I'm doing. That don't always work, but but we try. See? But my point is, I don't know how we listen. To me, all right. A lot of people don't like when I talk because I know a lot of people is on the side of the girls. But you see, both of them wrong, And when I say both of them, I mean the JFF and the girls. Because the JFF, I try to prove a point to the girls, and the girls I try to prove a point to the JFF. You get nowhere like that, You don't get anywhere like that. And so right now, to me, I believe the girls have harmed themselves, probably more than they have harmed the JFF. The JFF is still going to be there, regardless of who takes the presidency in January. The JFF will be there after these girls move on. These girls won't be there forever. No, the management of the JFF will probably change. Those men can't be there forever either. But my point is, the result of the action taken by the girls, to me, is harming themselves more than they are trying to prove that point to the JFF. And it should never have gotten to this point, right? We should be able to communicate the JFF. Somebody, you can't tell me between, somebody in the JFF has to be able to have dialogue. Supposed to be able to even pick up the phone and call Bunny Shaw. You want to tell me all of these people and talk this over and say, look, you know what, this is not good for the football, because if we miss out on this Gold Cup, the consequences are dire. When is the next, Martins, tell me if you know, when is the next competitive fixtures for Jamaica Reggae Girl?
2025 in March.
No,
I think in March. I think in March is the qualifiers.
You see that now. You see what I say? Those and people who are listening to me, don't take this wrongly, okay? I'm not trying to throw the blame one way or the other, okay? I'm just saying both parties are wrong. But I would like to know from Bunny Shaw, Rebecca Spencer, and some of the others who champion this boycott, how do they feel within themselves? Did they achieve their goal? Are they satisfied with the result? That we don't have any competitive games till 2025? Are you okay with all of that? Is this what you wanted to achieve? And it just kills me, man. It kills me that we are so cantankerous. It's the same thing on these platforms. You can't even say one thing without a man start jump down your throat. It just, we have to find a middle ground where we can at least talk to each other. It's all the people in the JF. If you want to tell me somebody can pick up the phone and have a chit chat with the girls and come together and say, look, this is not going to help either me or you, The best thing is for us to try and resolve it. I said this last week on your program. I believe the girls could still fight for what they want and play the game. I don't think they had to take this hard stance. I don't believe they had to do that. I believe there are other means they could have taken. They could have even make sure the team qualified, and then say, look, it should not have had to get here, man. It shouldn't have to get here.
Yeah, well,
and it just
being all right. Yeah. So I hear your perspective, Peter, and I think while people may respect your point of view, it is possible that they will disagree with you, and which we must also find that is okay for them to disagree with you, because everyone has their own perspective on things. And while I take heed of some of what you are saying, the girls may have also felt like you believe that they probably have other options. They may have felt like, given how long this thing has persisted, this is the only course of action we have left. While we, the fans, may not have liked it, they may have taken advice, they may have tried to had conversations and felt like, okay, this is going nowhere, let's take this action. And maybe they're saying that, and if the consequence is we don't make it, and we will not be able to play in a competitive game until 2025, we are willing to live with that. Like they said, because I did say that, when we make the sacrifice, it is not just for us, it's for future generation. And you and I don't want that. But maybe they believe they are in the situation and they are saying, listen, we have to do this to get the change. We all may not agree, but I can understand their sentiments. But you understand what I'm saying? And I also believe that I also believe that in the federation head, they may be thinking like, listen, for too long we have been having these issues and we have not been able to kind of have our hand on this. Everything goes to the extreme. So now we are going to put our hand on it and we are going to take back some control that we never had. And so, like, it had to come to this. My
Hold on, manager. You're saying that it had to come to this point. You're saying that it had to come to that.
Because here's why: the girls felt like all this talking over the years, we haven't gotten the results that we want. All right. The only thing that will give us what we want is if we don't play, regardless of the consequences. The federation may be at a position where they say, listen, over the years, we have been trying. And they may feel like, say, you know what? This has to stop now. The World Cup is over. Let's miss out on something, but this has to stop now. So both parties drew hard lines. And both parties are willing to live with the consequences. And the thing is that we, the fans, suffer the most.
Yeah.
And that is the unfortunate thing. But let me just go a little further and say this, right? And I heard, because I did tell the people that Monday morning I am going to find out about this meeting, because remember, Mr. Chong said when he was on with Cranky that they had written to the girls' representative, right? So and I said to him, if you don't hear back, right? If you don't hear back from them, you should reach out, right? He was struggling with taking on to the idea. I said to the people, I would call and find out. Anyways, I called this morning and he said that they have been in dialogue and there is a meeting. Unfortunately, all of this is after the horse has gone through the gate. But there understand me? So it's almost like maybe the media should also be blamed. Because maybe what I did, we should have done a long time ago. Maybe Sportsmark should have reached out to the girls like months ago, so they would have come up and say this, and then would have done this, and maybe the meeting would have been had. So maybe some of the media people ought to take some responsibility for allowing this thing to happen, and nobody really reached out and brought the girls on a platform like they did sooner, and we have not. And because why wasn't the media involved at this level a month ago?
Yeah, but you know, if you when I listen to Mr. Chong, you know, he said that they have proposed meetings, you know, prior to this, and he did not get a response. So then he proposed a date. It seemed to me as if the girls just was ignoring the request for a meeting.
Yeah.
I remember one time, you know, before I think it was prior to, I don't remember if it was prior to going to Australia or prior to going to the World Cup, that there was supposed to be a game. You can remind me if I'm wrong. It was supposed to be a game against Colombia, a friendly game, and it didn't materialize.
Yeah. I think they went to England. Some issue that was yeah, man.
Right, and I believe
I think they went to England. I think that was when they went and they had a sit down in England with the players, because there were some issues. Right, it was during that same time, yeah.
Yeah, but I believe, you know, and again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, you know. I believe that one of the issues why that game didn't go along, you know, is because Lon was not available. And he was also summoned to a meeting that he said he was not available, and he didn't want that game because he just wasn't going to be available. And this was because he had something he had to deal with his club. Now, my point is that, you know, again, I'm no fan of the JPL. But going back as far as that, because I've heard people come on and say, boy, the JFF couldn't even find practice game for the girl. They did. The coach turned it down. And so it just seemed like it was just animus relationship. You know, that people just don't want to work together. They just want to work against each other.
Yeah.
It's a lose-lose situation for everybody, you know. There's no win here, you know. I don't know how them couldn't see that before. And so the meeting, like you said, man, this meeting now is null and void, because this meeting should have happened prior to these games, or even this last game, so that we could have get the girls back in camp. Yeah. I remember now, we're not even talking about the pay issue no more. So that is why I still feel like this has nothing to do with pay. And a lot of people will harp on it and say, yeah, all them to play and them never get paid. But I believe that this is more than pay, and is as far back as trying to get those games when the coach said he wasn't available when he was summoned to meetings. I mean, I even hear Mr. Speed come on one of these platforms, may have been even yours, and so the girls continue to breach the policies and the rules.
The contract. Yeah, but the one thing I'll say, Peter, just because, you know, I know you use the example of your company. And I think the one difference with the example you use and the present situation is that no matter what, you still get paid.
Right, but again, that's what I said. That's what.
So that's a huge difference in a Peter, because you get paid.
True, and I'm also I'm also protected because I'm unionized. But you know that but that is why I said this has more to do with just pay. You know, I really in the bottom of my heart, you know, feel like it's not. I think the pay part may have been one issue. But no, even when they appear on Sportsmark, they didn't
So here's the
They were
latest.
griping about not being paid.
I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to.
It's mistreatment, you know.
Yeah. All right. So here's the thing now, Peter. I am not even sure.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm not even because what I'm hearing now, I don't even want to, because I don't want people to think they on any side, you know, because I don't want to basically rile them up. But the latest I've heard from an independent source in who understand Fifth Pro and the person in charge is that the matter is not that there are girls who have not gotten any pay. The matter is that some have an issue with some of the calculation and they think that there may be. But you see, because I don't want to come out and like categorically state that because I don't have evidence. And I have to be wise enough to know that maybe everyone has an ulterior motive. But I think what is important is after this meeting, the people need to know clearly, were there girls who because the quote was, there are girls who played at the World Cup who have not gotten any money. That is serious. Right. And that needs, if it is true, then the JFF is culpable. If it is that all of them got monies, however, there is an assumption that there's some poor calculation, wrong calculation that needs to be sorted out, then that's a different issue that should not have stopped the process of playing.
But man, you know, it's like you changing your phone number, you know. And I call you and I can't get it. I said, I can't get Mannings because Mannings changing phone number. Remember, Mr. Chung said that all the accounts were verified. It's the accounts that they have used before. Now, if somebody did not get paid, and that's the thing, that's why I'm saying the communication is really the issue, you know, because if somebody don't get paid, 2 months ago the thing was sent out. He said statements were sent to everyone. The girls obviously talk amongst themselves. The ones who get paid could have said, but wait, I get paid, how come you don't get paid? Should be able to pick up the phone and call the JFF and say, I did not get paid. We never hear, Mr. Chong never hear that. So for somebody to say that there are some girls that didn't get paid, it may not be the JFF fault.
No, what I'm saying is that I can't speak for Misha or Rebecca. It's really because Rebecca did say, to be fair to Rebecca, she said, Bonnie, you can, because she wasn't sure. I don't think Rebecca was sure. So it was Bonnie Shaw who said it. What I am saying is though, and this is going to come down, what did she mean and what did she say? Because I have gotten other information that suggests that the issue was not that persons did not get any pay, but there are still persons owing money because the calculations were wrong.
Were wrong. But so again,
that changes the whole mix, and that is why I'm saying that maybe we need to wait until the findings of this meeting, because the truth is, if I speak that way, people are going to say, oh, okay, you have a problem with the girls, you're against the girls. But then if you say that the JFF is lying without proof, you're also wrong. If it comes out that they were telling the truth. And I think,
but if a calculation wrong, man, that is something that you can also reconcile. It don't mean you stop playing. You can say, well, you know, hey, my calculations were wrong. Let's sit down and go over this. But it don't mean that you don't play. You don't have to take that drastic stance. That's just my opinion, that I don't believe the girls should have taken this drastic stance. I hear what you're saying, that they may have tried this and tried that before.
Yeah.
But I just believe that, again, when you take it,
let me just correct. Mr. Yi, Ricardo Chambers asked, and I can play it for you. And she said that there were girls who played at the World Cup. That's what she said. She said there were girls who played at the World Cup who have gotten no money. Let me give you the exact quote. I'm going to give you the exact, because I wrote it down. There were girls who played at the World.
Today.
That's what she said at the Sportsmax thing. there were girls who played. There are girls who played at the World Cup who have gotten no money. That's what she said. Maybe that's not what she meant, but that is what she said.
Rebecca Spence?
No, Rebecca. No, it wasn't Rebecca who said that. It was Buddy who said that. But I don't want. That's what I'm saying. That I want the meeting to come because because I know how these people are. By later you hear them saying that management, because this is a new thing now. You know. Oh, management, I beat the girl. Them man not like Jamaican. Them man not love woman. Yo, you're telling every day them man the JFF thing. You know. You understand me? So I'm trying to help the people who don't listen so well.
Yeah. Oh, listen, man. I like the idea. I tell you something. You know, looking at this on a different note, I like the idea that so many of us men have come to the defense of the girls. I really like it. You know, I think it's a good thing in a sense. I just hope that you all treat your spouses with a lot of respect and give them the time.
You know. Yeah, man. Bless up. Yeah. Hey, Peter, you're not a member of the channel yet, you know, Peter.
Yeah, well, I will look into that.
All right, bless up,
man, I'll tell you something, you know. I like your program. Your program is one of the programs that I've learned a lot from. In fact, you quote a thing one time called Law 9, you know, and man, I can tell you, I live by that now. You remember?
Yeah.
I think the name of the author was Robert something, but I remember you read that, you know, and I looked it up and I copied it and I keep it in my notes. You know?
Nice.
You know, that thing is very helpful. So you're correct. I should become a member of your channel because I'm learning and gaining some knowledge and things that I can use. You know,
I appreciate it, man.
That's one of the reasons I listen to your channel. Yeah, man. Give thanks.
All right, bless it every time.
All right.
Cool. Yeah, man. Yeah. Loudspeaker boss. Welcome to the channel. The man who, when he talk, your ears them ring like a bell.
Big up yourself, man, my brother.
Hold on, Tiga. We have a female calling, so can you turn off the we're getting a feedback. We're getting a feedback, beautiful lady. If you can just turn off, there we go. Good afternoon. Welcome to the channel, the most beautiful CH. Go ahead and make your point.
Oh, please, man, smooth operator today.
Always. How you doing? It's good that you called after Peter so we can keep it balanced and fair.
Yes, Mannings, I had to call after Peter because I've been sitting back, listening, because, you know, female football is not my thing. But as a woman, I've been listening. I've been in the chats, and I've just listened. And for some reason, correct me if I'm wrong, but my impression is this: it's like, how dare these women? They should. I mean, come on, Peter's condescension is so obvious. They could. Do you know these women's situation? Do you know what they're going through? We're all different. And every one of us lives have different things that we go through. You don't know what these women are going through? How are you going to tell them, oh, well, you could have done this? They made a decision. You may not like it, but buck up, buckaroo, and stop moaning about how you wanted it to be. It's not your decision. You people talk as if these women owe you something. Really?
Yeah.
This is not the 1940s.
Yeah.
I mean, I've listened to some people talk about, oh, the things that JFF did for Bonnie Shaw. You gave me bread when I was 5 years old. And now I'm 55. You're talking about the bread you gave me? Does that mean you own me? I no longer have independent thoughts and feelings.
Yeah, solid point. Solid point. I think I like what you said. That listen, everyone has to make their decision, and like I said, the girls drew a line and they are willing to live with those consequences, fine. And that's it.
This is what I'm listening to these people, and it sounds so condescending. Oh, I mean, what? Because we're females?
But to be
we
fair,
must just shut up and take it.
No, man, he did also put some level of blame on the JFF. I think, to be fair to Peter,
and this is the difference between me and Peter. I'm not putting any blame on the JFF. I'm just saying we need to look at it, the fact that these are people. They're human. They have different issues. The girls that go to college, they can't afford to lose $10.
Yeah.
I mean, we have been to college, Martins. It's forever broke.
Worse with the student loan, don't it? You know it, go already. You better get scholarship.
I mean, I remember days on UTech when it's all about, run a boat.
Yeah, better believe our fuck you all. You have to
so
go and
every dollar counts.
Yes.
Every dollar counts. So the women are defending their money. Back up, run loud, the girl, let them run the thing and do what they have to do to take care of their things, because you people are the same ones. You Jamaicans are the same one who are gonna look and say, then them couldn't do any better. Or them would have to drop out of school.
Yeah. That's
every one of these women are going through situations that you and I are not privy to. So they have to look within themselves and decide, this is a route I'm going to take, ride or die. So people stop saying they should have, and then the nerves of some people going to tell them how unpatriotic they are.
All right, but one thing I'll say though, Claudia, is that this is you see, this is the thing with sports, I'm so afraid of even doing watch along to female sport, because your conversation sometimes, and I like what Baggio says, when it comes on to female in sport, it's like you have to gauge your conversation because they are female. And I don't think it is fair, because I don't feel that same level of restraint on the male side. I think this is a little bit of a bigger issue, because we are dealing with female. So we are not really seeing it as we are dealing with the sports of football, but we are dealing with women. Because I almost feel like the sentiment, when the boys took a similar stance, do you know that the sentiment was different? The boys took a similar stance.
I have listened to both sides, Mannings, and I'm going to say this. Men and women are different. We see this. We have the same problem, but we see it through different lenses. Yes, and I have, as a female, been in rooms, chats, when the game is going on, and hear the way the men view the women on the field, and they enjoy themselves, yeah. And they say certain things that make you cringe. And that's one of the reasons why I don't particularly enjoy female football.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I have to remember that when I watch the football, because I'm a football purist, because of the way I was raised, it's a little different. But even myself, I found myself going,
you know what is fun?
Look at Antonio in his shorts, because we're human.
Yeah. What I'm saying though, Claudia, is that if Andre Blake, Damian Lowe, Leon Bailey, Javian Brown, Shamar Nicholson decide that we're not going to play in March until we get our money, a lot of Jamaicans would say, a lot of the people who are on the girl side, I believe, they would say, run them women, because we have better baller out there who can replace them. That's all I'm saying. So sometimes we speak.
But man, didn't the guys do something similar?
But that is what I'm saying. When the guys did something similar, all I'm saying is that we oftentimes speak. Not you doing it. I'm talking about just the comments, like you're saying. Oftentimes when we speak, we don't hold the same standards across the divide. So when it comes on to the men, many of us would have said, long time we forget rid of them, and almost stand in support of the JFF. And I think like, I don't agree with either position, because I think when people work, they're supposed to be paid. But all I'm saying is that if it were the male, they would want them to be removed from the program and say it's long time. And that is just the truth. It is undeniable. And all I'm saying is that it is not, on both sides of the argument, we must keep the same standards. The girls need to be paid, the boys need to be paid. And that must be the standard.
I do believe, because of how the female program was treated throughout, perhaps this is just a suggestion, JFF. Leave the female, create a different entity that takes care of the women football. And you know, once every 3 months, they come in, they brief the JFF executive. This is where we are in our program. This is what we do. This is and allow the female football, because it is pretty obvious, very, very obvious, that this present crop cannot deal with the female football.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's either they killed it like they did before, and they're currently doing the same thing now. Because if this is the approach you guys are taking with the women, with the girls, you will find that you're making a set of females think, do I really want to join this team? Do I need this headache?
Yeah.
We have got to think of the big picture and stop stroking our own egos. It's not about you. They would love to tell the girls, oh, be patriotic. I will say the same thing. It's not about you. It's about our football. And they're representing Jamaica, not you. You're not their bosses. They don't work for you. They're representing their country. This is their country too. A lot of people like to remind, oh, it's a right and a privilege. Yes, it is their right and privilege, because their grandfathers bled and died for that country too. It gives them the right to be able to represent it. You may not like the way they do it, but they do have rights. Just like you're saying, oh, it's unpatriotic. What does patriotism mean? It may not mean their level of patriotism may not be the one that you like. But this is the thing, that we are unreasonable. People just want to dictate to the women and tell them, this is how it must be done. Stop crying. Buck up and play. Shut up and play football. And I remember the last time I heard Mr. Chunks spoke, and I heard someone else say it, and I went back and looked and think he had said from the beginning that the girls were suspended, and they will have a meeting on the 8th of December. So that was already set in stone. He had already said that. So I don't think they really were. They were just waiting until the 8th of December, because that's what he said. That's what he said from the beginning. It wasn't a suggestion. It was, you are suspended until the 8th of December. So now we just need to work it out. We need to work it out. Let them meet. Let them discuss their thing. And I heard you said something, and I agree, Mannings, man. A joint statement. JFF, don't come out and say XYZ, XYZ, and then the girls be silent.
Yep, both of them. I think both, either one of the girls and the GenSec are the girls' representative, and the GenSec sits before the media and make a joint statement. so we know that they are in agreement.
And take a few questions if it's possible.
Yes, so I want to see Bunny Shaw probably sitting beside Mr. Chung with a representative and somebody from the FF or whomever the new GenSec will be if this is after, and say, listen, are all things resolved now? And I want
perhaps it won't be that Bunny Shaw would be there because, you know, our obligations with our team and whatever. But I'm saying, some representative that represents the girls and them come out and give a joint statement. Not one of them come out and start spinning it the way, because they're all great spin doctors.
This person named Brazil Dino. All right. Let me just take this. Didn't you hear Claudine just say that when they come to after the meeting, there should be a joint statement? Who are you talking about? There should be none. Why you cannot listen before you come? Bridget,
that's the whole of these people. That's just the problem.
Bridget, listen before you comment, no man. My God. Yeah.
You know, so simple man. It's just simple things. Stop putting your egos in the way. Step aside and allow Jamaica's football to go forward. Allow the women, the young girls to go forward. And stop putting our leashes on them.
Yeah. Yep. But there's Henry does not, and she's a female. She don't agree with some of your points. So I'd be interested to hear her side of the story.
No, but this is it, Martins. We're not. I wouldn't expect everybody to agree with all of what I've said. We are not programmed.
Yeah.
We all have. We all have. This is what I'm trying to communicate. We're all different. We see things from different angles. Doesn't mean that my perspective is wrong because it doesn't align with yours.
Yeah, and the truth is, and I tell people that both of us could be telling the truth. Claudine says
because
something.
it is the truth as I see it.
Exactly. So one man, there is an accident, right? There is an accident. You said, hey, you know, the two car them mash up. I mean, they right off. And I said, listen, you know that the driver died? All right. You may not have mentioned that a driver died. I did. It don't mean that you lied or I lied. It's just like I said, from the vantage point that I saw it, I saw a dead person. What you saw is the wreckage and the cars. So from two different perspectives, we could be sharing two sides of the story that are completely true, but none is the whole story. And you have to put both
exactly.
things
My
together.
mom, growing up in Jamaica, my mom used to tell us, there's your side, my side, and the real side. So we all see from our own perspectives. I don't expect everybody to agree with everything that I've said. That would be a really sad world. And there would be no room for growth. But we have got to grow up with some level of maturity.
Yeah. Yep.
Sometimes situations are just bigger than ourselves. You know, and it's just the whole thing. It grated on my nerves every time they said, oh, the girls could have and should have. And that's what I'm saying. You don't know their situations.
Yeah.
They're just doing the best they can with what they have. And it is their decision to go this road, support them, or disagree with them. But shut up.
Yeah.
Let the process go through.
There you go. And then let all the information be out there, and then we draw a conclusion. All right. But thank you so much. It has been a very long time. So good to hear from you. You must always let the gentleman hear your beautiful voice. You know, sound like the Meadowbrook High School farm teacher for three indigo. I don't know, but yeah.
Man is always the smooth operator. Always the smooth operator. Okay, have a good one. I'll be in the chat listening as usual.
All right, wonderful.
Sometimes I'm there, I just don't say anything.
I know, man. I know. You just wait until the moment comes when you need. You know, it's always a timely intervention. So always appreciate that. You have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. All right. So, yeah. So perspective is important. Let me just go on a little. Let me say it again. Let me say it again. All right, people. So we have to part of what we have to do is we have to listen, right? So I'm going to take this call. Caller, just hold on a little bit. All right. So T-Got, you check back in. Hold on, caller. Let me come to you. All right.
Yeah, man. No worries.
So let me just say this. So remember that the conversation, because some people, the conversation on Sunday, on Saturday was Mr. Chung and Cranky. Like many of you, I was listening to bits and pieces of it until I joined. So some of the things you're saying that I should have asked, remember it was Cranky that was speaking to Mr. Chung, please. That's number one. And then I came on to at the latter end of the conversation, and he said that some of those questions were asked before. All right. My responsibility is to keep my word to you, the people. I said that I would have followed up with Mr. Chung to find out if dialogue took place between him and the representatives, because I was of the opinion that if they did not respond to the email he said he sent about the meeting, then he should now get in touch with the players, because Cranky was suggesting that he should have copied them. This morning, he said that dialogue has taken place between him and their representatives, and there is going to be a meeting. I took it upon myself to go a step further to find out other information. And my understanding from the information I gathered is that it is not that girls did not get any monies. It is that there are miscalculations, and some of them are querying the amount of money they may have gotten. That is my understanding. Again, my understanding is that all of the girls have gotten monies, but some of them don't believe that they have gotten all the monies. And that is why there was an asking for a statement so they could better understand. That is going to be a part of the meeting. I said it earlier and I will say it again. I will not be engaged in a conversation on this because I don't have written proof of that conversation. All right? However, remember, all I said is that on the Sportsmax interview, when I listened to it, I got the impression that there were girls who actually played in the World Cup that did not get any money. I did hear clearly, I believe, but it is possible that because of my glasses, I may not have heard properly, so I will listen again and again. Caller, good afternoon, and welcome to the show.
Yeah, after the wood, but it's bad. Me not gonna say nothing upon the girls stuff.
Yeah, man.
It's very exhausting. It's very exhausting.
Yeah.
But what I called to say, the other day, you hear some players say, when them do good, we don't show them love. When them do bad, we bash them. So today is showing some love to Mr. Leon Bailey. It's like in the year with the last time, I say about the post, and score a wonderful, wonderful goal.
Yeah.
We have to big up Leon Bailey. I will see some real Jamaica in the comment section at the Aston Villa just a big him up. The same Jamaica, then when the Aston Villa fans them as if sell him, and them same one did that kill them with that. The Jamaican them that kill the Aston Villa fans them. So we have to big up Bailey. You understand? Me hear you did that talk about some where you deal in the earlier in the program.
Yes.
Here they talk about some places where you been and things. So you're supposed to know my grandmother then. From Whitehall, things you circle Whitehall.
No, man, Whitehall, I'm playing. Which part? I know the whole of Whitehall, man. Me know from when Lizzie start up on top of Malinsville Road, me know everybody will sell around at 12. Yeah, from 12, me know we are talk about man, ward close everywhere, man. I my place, man, and Nazareth me used to play ball, man. Tell your mother say I run a bone and go this away.
Yeah, supposed to know my granny creamy.
Yeah?
Or Rasta lady.
No, creamy. So like me know who that.
Yeah.
So like me know the name there, no. Yeah. But we not gonna call out the thing, though, because we don't expose the people that want to watch all our video. Big up on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, wow. But we say we have to show some love to Bailey. We show some love to Bailey because it really show up the other day. And he's been showing fine for him. I only wish him just transfer the farm then to Jamaica still. But everything big up to Bailey and he's been good for Aston Villa so far.
Yeah, man, wonderful. Yeah, man, very good. Yeah, man, big up playing for real.
All right.
Yeah, man, all right, bless up yourself.
All right.
Yeah, man. All right, we have a next caller coming in. This is the one Flavor Max, and you know Flavor Max only calling to talk about Arsenal. Go ahead, Flavor Max.
Arsenal and Bailey. Don't forget Bailey. When I was listening to the previous callers talking about the Reggae girls, I was listening because, I want to understand and so forth. But this caller take away one of the things I really wanted to call in and say. The man basically said everything I wanted to say word to word. I want to big up Bailey, management, because as the caller rightfully said, we bash him go, we bash him come. Well, not me, but the majority of the fans. And as the caller said, when him do good, because he has been doing it this season, for Aston Villa. When you look at his numbers are up there with the best. In fact, Bailey would have to. He's one of the best winger in the Premier League right now. The stats don't lie, and he's doing it, even the eye test. So I want to big him up, man. And sometimes you hear some people say, "Boy, him not good, him not this and him not that." You're not. Somebody can't look on you and say you're not good when you're doing it week in, week out so far.
People do say Leon is not good.
Man. When we hear, listen to the program, you and the JFF bench doing your work, is me out here. I have to be listening to these people saying these things. People call for the man to be dropped. People say better take the call up when you get the call up. People say a lot of things in the man is man. I want to come eye sometime.
No, man. If you say that the man must be dropped to the bench, it doesn't mean that he's not good though.
Yeah, but some people say not take the call up better and stay in England. Some people say not good. Some people do everything to put down the youth and compare him and this and that. So I just want to say big up Leon Bailey. You are a talent. You have been showing it for Aston Villa, and the man look happy there at Aston Villa. So I want to say to my fellow Jamaicans, we try the bashing thing. We could try the supporting thing now, because you're not gonna be perfect all the time. We could support him and see if that can work. So that more of a say for that. Big up Leon Bailey. Now Arsenal management. Wow. I think the first 20 to 30 minutes is one of the best football I've seen this season from Arsenal. What do you think?
From Arsenal, yeah. That is the problem, though. It was only the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, that it was only the first 20 minutes. I don't know if we have that killer instinct, because it affected us last season, because you remember the game against West Ham, we were comfortable 2-0 up in the first 15 minutes, and then we play around and let them back in the game, and we end up drew that game, and that was one of the games that cost us. So I don't know, we have to get that out of our game. But other than that, management, we are on top of the table for a reason, management. I think we are playing the best football so far.
That I think like Arsenal is not playing the best football in the league right now.
Who do you think playing the best?
I think Liverpool.
I don't think they're playing to the best of our potential.
No, I think Liverpool is playing what I call what I consider to be better football. But Arsenal to me, because Arsenal is not as fluent. I think Liverpool is way more. But Arsenal are getting the result, not playing at their best. I think Liverpool is closer to their best than Arsenal. So I think like because of that, Arsenal can go ahead of Liverpool easily because we have more notches to go. I think Liverpool is close to playing their best football. That's my opinion as an Arsenal fan.
Well said. Because if they're playing their best football and have Bobby Reed and Fulham have them on the ropes, and there's some brilliance when that happen every week, cause them to escape, then their best would not be better than our best.
Exactly, but we are not at our best.
No, we are not at our best, but I think we are playing proper football and we are on top of the table for a reason. Yeah. Because when you look at we have conceded the least amount of goals this season so far, and I think we conceded 11, and think that is the best of the season. And so from defense to midfield, the only problem I have right now, is the striking position. People talking about the midfield, I think we should focus and get in a goal scoring striker. Once we can get that in January, I don't think nobody can stop with the season. And you realize I calm this season, I hype up this season. It's a different flavor, Max, this season. Because this season, I'm cool and deadly this season. I'm cool and deadly this season. This season, I'm ready. I want it, honest, man. I want it. Yeah, man, I want it. So,
yeah. You know that for I really believe that Arsenal probably can win, depending on draw. I think Arsenal could win the Champions League.
Yeah, but I tell you that the last time I call you, said based on the draw, I think we can win the Champions League as well. But when you talk like this, some people laugh, but let them laugh. I remember me, they come out and tell them, say, Bailey better than Sancho and Bailey better than Anthony, they laugh after me, but it's proven right now. Look, where's Sancho, where's Anthony? I tell them that you really, Mama tell them, my baller, big up yourself, man, is one.
Yeah, man, bless up yourself. Respect, Flavor Max. All right. We have T-Gat who has joined back the show. T-Gat, let me just read this from Cranky T-Gat. Kyle, Cranky says, ask Kyle if he's talking about the girls or the JFF when he talks about ego and inept decision, because the comment applies to both the JFF and the girls. Both parties could have met and resolved this before we got to where we are today. They are engaging via intermediaries, which suggests they detest each other. All right, go ahead, T-Gat.
Bless up Manins, man. Bless up everybody and bless up all the viewers and subscribers. Please subscribe to the channel. No, bless up everybody. Manins, man, the lady before when I joined her, she makes some solid point. And I think she was talking like a lady. She's a lady, and talking on behalf of the lady and stuff like that. She makes some good points, and so did Peter before making some good points. What I have to say about the issue with the girls. Yeah. First of all, man, you said something before I joined. You said something on the program that referring to what I was saying when you and I and Cranky was on the program. When you asked, I don't know if you remember when you asked me the question if the girls are telling the truth and if Mr. Chong is telling the truth. And I tell you that both of them are telling the truth. And what I feel was like Mr. JFF paid them, but they didn't pay them in full. But yet still the girls are saying that they didn't get paid. But I said on the show, if you remember, that I can't believe Mr. Chong would go on the air and say everybody get paid. And then on the downside, the girls are saying that nobody get paid. You understand? That seemed a little bit unbalanced. So you said to me that you did your research and you were saying that not everybody, they get paid but not get paid in full. Like I was saying. But I think the girls...
He got sorry to interrupt you. I'm going to let you finish. They're saying that this is a mic you should use every time. So you need to bring your office. You need to bring your office to the studio, brother.
Right? Yeah. And the next thing now, I think the girls did this. They calculate this. They did a calculation move. You understand? Knowing that if they didn't beat Canada, they have to play this round of match to get to the Gold Cup. And if they take a stand, they had to JFF had to do something, get a provisional squad, and maybe that side squad wouldn't have qualified. And then they would have sit out a year out of football. I think that was calculated by the girls. You understand? And what my opinion, I think JFF should have bite the bullet, so to speak, by going back as far as extending Mr. Donaldson contract. You understand? Seeing that they didn't qualify by the Canada route, extend this contract and see if they could have qualified for the World Cup, and then put some stipulation on in trying to put a gag order because they say Mr. Donaldson was making utterance against the JFF where they didn't like. I think they should have put some stipulation in this contract. Keep him on. You understand? Keep him on until knowing that it's an election year. You understand? And if the girls have qualified for the World Cup, they would be in a better state or a better light, making a good light showing them that the girls are progressive. You understand? Qualify for the World Cup, reach quarterfinal, qualify for the World Cup. You understand? The boys are playing good. So guess what? The JFF is doing good. They're trying to put that, trying to put that persona out there so the crowd so the masses can say, yes, the JFF is doing well. But I think the JFF stand a hard ball by say, guess what? We're going to suspend the selection of the girls by not selecting them. You understand? And go with a provisional squad and say that could make it to the Gold Cup and then see we all lose. The fans lose out. I think the JFF lose out big time. You understand? And in my opinion, I think the World Cup girls win. They won because football for the girls is suspended for a year. Meaning suspended for a year mean that they have is only friendly. JFF have to go seek out to let them play. You understand? They have no matches to play, no Gold Cup to play for. So they are sitting back at their clubs, making. And I think again, I don't think it was a money issue because these girls, fine, these people might beat me, but I don't think it was all money issues because they are playing for clubs and some of them have money. You understand? So I don't think it was all out for money issue, but trying to make a statement. You understand? And in my opinion, I think they won. You understand? Football lose on the day, but they won. You understand? They won.
Yeah.
That's all.
Let me say this, Steve. That big up Sean Sutherland. He said, "Team girls are selfish. They should have qualified the country and strike after with the long break." All right, he says that. I like what DW says earlier as well, which I think is a very good thought. Listening to Becky, she wants to play. They want to play, but they feel disrespected. No one won, and that is my. I agree with you. I agree with you on that, DW. I don't think the JFF has won. I don't think the girls have won. I think there are implications. Listen, there's no competitive game until 2025, right? Until 2025. When the windows are open, will teams really want to play Jamaica and which Jamaican team? I still believe that the consequences of this are severe on a lot of fronts. Right? My position is that this week should not end without there being a meeting. And once this meeting is done, the next thing is, like I said, a joint statement. Everything should be resolved, and they should not leave out of that room or on that Zoom until everything is at an amicable place. A joint statement from the girls and their representatives and members of the federation. After that is done, the next step is we need to hear publicly about the search for a coach, because our understanding is that Mr. Gilbert would coach the team for these two games. Prior to this, we heard that the coach that was selected would not have been able to come until the new year. We are going into a new year, And this should be said publicly. I think if you begin to do that, we know that the girls who are on board are all them, they are on board. And then the other thing is that there is a coach coming in, and maybe they'll work with Mr. Gilbert as an assistant again, so he can learn and grow and all of that. But I think that is one path that can be taken going forward, because overall, everybody loses. Everybody loses. All right. Again, I'm not going to criticize Xavier Gilbert. Some people will, I won't. He was given a job with girls, limited amount of time. They have not played, and the first set of games were a different set of people. In the same way, I don't think it's fair for me to judge the girl. It's very hard to judge Xavier Gilbert on this. But I do agree that we need to get in a coach, right? Let me go on again. All right. I am going to propose something, and I like this. I have an independent party who is an attorney, right? He is the leader of a federation in the Caribbean. I think he could serve. I am willing to ask him to sit as a mediator between, I don't know what the constitution is, at what point does a mediator, a mediator get into this, right? So I would suggest that the JFF and the girls say, listen, we have a representative, let's get a mediator, and that mediator comes in and make a, you understand me? And I know someone, an attorney, he is the head of an MA, and I know that he'd be willing to give his time to just sit to make sure that a resolution is arrived at. That is my thought, right? That is my thought, and I don't have the answers to everything. Somebody said, why not Babsy? No, I would not. All right, people, let me tell you again. You see, when it comes down to FIFA and politics getting involved, it's a big no. Let me tell you again. No, when it comes on to, and especially when you have so many political things going on, it's not good to get our political representatives. I think Miss Grange must stay neutral in all of this as a Minister of Sport. All right? Hey, Brazaldino. Any day you feel like you can challenge me and the meaning of words, come on. Make my day. Here? Any day you're ready. Make my day. Challenge me. Call in and challenge me. Disguise your voice. Get one of them up there and disguise your voice. You understand me? Because you don't know, we're not going to know who you are. Just call in and challenge me. Or pay somebody to call in and challenge me. Here? Make my day. Challenge me. Hey, are you more you debate me? And you get to pick who you want to be the judge of the debate. And any topic. You, Mr. Brazil. then Brazaldino, me just say Mrs. Green should not be involved. Oh, yeah, ask me a question. Me just say she should not be involved. I am getting someone who is the head of a MA. You know what MA mean? Member association. You know what is a member association? Brazaldino. Sir Sterling, Arsenal. Arsenal forever, no matter the weather. Right? I cannot get anyone because you are connected to the JFF, bro. So who will get somebody? Everybody's connected to the JFF. Military Guna is connected to the GFF. Oh no, the great ultra boss is connected to the GFF. You're not a wise one, you know. You're not a wise one, Brazaldino. So I leave you alone. Big up. You get your 2 comments of glory already. God, have a good day. Parish Council. Geneva.
Blessings, man. All on.
Man from Geneva. Kings Valley.
Oh.
One of them places. Yeah, Sheffield. Big up yourself. Wagwan.
Yeah, man. One ball yard, you know. I think. Man, any update on the under-20 preparation?
John Wall is in Jamaica this week, I understand. Remember, John Wall, he was trying to put together a game for the under-20 to go to with a lot of European-based players. I think the entire squad would have been made up of predominantly players based in the US, but that never took place. So I figured that though he has not had sessions, he has been in dialogue with players.
Could you remind the public when is this tournament scheduled to begin?
The under 20, the under 20, the first part of the under 20 is in the latter parts of February.
February of 2024.
Yeah.
So you're looking at 2 months. Basically, just say December done already, because you know December shot as a holiday. Yeah. So you have January and then you can't even look at February, because February is when the tour, the first phase should begin.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. And to date, we have not selected or identified.
You don't know that though. That's what I'm saying to you. But you see, you're not listening now. I just said to you.
You said that there was an attempt to play a game with predominantly international based players, but it did not materialize.
And then you went on and you said that they have not selected.
But then, that game would have been a game to see the players, to make a determination as to the selection process.
What I'm saying though, if he was going to use it, listen again, Carlo. All right. Remember this. All right. If you are going to play, again, you're going to play players who are in EPL clubs and Swedish clubs and stuff. You cannot just get so this is the issue we have, you know. We want an under-20 team to be in camp, don't it? But if you're going to get the top players in Europe who can play for Jamaica, how are you going to get them in a camp? Explain that to me.
I don't need to explain that to you, because I wouldn't opt for that option if it is going to be difficult. So, you need to explain that.
No, so what are you asking for then?
Why would I want to form a team that to get the players would be difficult in the first place?
So that's what what are you asking? I'm asking you then. What are you asking?
No, I call for find out what was the progress, right? And then I said to you that based on what you said and based on what we are seeing, no definitive 23-man squad has not been selected for the under-20 to start the competition in February of next year.
So you believe in this?
You said I can't just up and say that and make that assumption.
So you're saying that. Let me ask you again. You're saying that in this month of December, there should be a 23-man squad selected already for the February 23rd start of the competition.
Most definitely.
Okay, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. I don't think you need to have your squad.
Man, you wouldn't agree with me, because I sat here on days and you said that the better the players, the faster they are to gel.
No, I didn't. No.
That line of thinking, that is why you wouldn't agree that a team should be selected.
Parish council. High quality players gel easier. If you put Mbappe, Ronaldinho, and Messi together, it's easier to play them together and get results than some other.
So does that mean that you should give them 2 weeks to prepare?
It don't mean that, parish council. But here's what I'm asking you: if he named a 23-man squad, where would the preparation be? How would he prepare them? Because remember now, you're talking about players who are playing. Just listen what I'm asking you. If the players are at Liverpool and at Chelsea and at Bayern Munich, how, say he names the 23 of them, I am asking you, what kind of preparation can he do with them?
Man, and I'm saying to you that that question can't pose to me because I will not be selecting a squad where it is difficult to recruit and gather the players.
No, all right. No, I understand it. So what you're suggesting then is that he should select 23 players who are available and work with them. Meaning, come to Jamaica, get some local youths and start working with them then. Because they're the available ones. I'm just asking you. They are the available.
Well, it don't necessarily, it don't necessarily, because you love play political and you never play political. It don't necessarily mean local players. It means the players who can make themselves available for proper preparation within a reasonable time frame. Those are the players that should be selected. So I'm going to play politics now.
All right. So available. I am saying to you, the 19-year-old or the 18-year-old who is at Liverpool is only available when there is an international window. If the team is supposed to be in preparation, should the coach then say, okay, I cannot get the best players from England, so I am going to use the domestic players because I can have them longer in camp and work with them and prepare them. Because I'm not going to have the top quality players who are at the top clubs in different places in Europe available unless there's an international window. And the next one is all the way in February when the competition starts.
The next international window is February. That right?
Yeah. So that's what I'm asking you. What does a coach do?
The coach should do the sensible thing and get the players who can make themselves available for proper preparation.
All right, and I am saying that the coach should
Tell you what. Just to appease some of the commenters, I would go as far as to say that over a period of time, you could even phase out a few of the players who you believe could be replaced by better quality players. Let us say 3 or 4.
All right.
So sometimes you have to cut your losses,
right. Yeah. So parish council. We're not debating something now. What I'm saying to you is that your suggestion, what I'm understanding from your suggestion is that no, John Wall should be in Jamaica working with players who are available to build this team.
If you even want to go to Korea, whoever available, who can play for Jamaica. The camp don't have to be in Jamaica. The camp don't have to be in Jamaica.
No, man. All right. So
does the camp have to be in Jamaica?
So wherever. So John Wall should have a camp where the players are at preparing for this competition. Me I try. That's what me just ask. Me not argue.
Most, and I keep repeating myself. Most definitely.
All right.
And you said earlier that you are not in agreement.
Oh, jeez and peace. Parish council. I did not. Parish council. Say what me say, no, man. Not do me that, man.
Man, when you ask me if I believe that in December a squad should have been selected, and I said yes, you said that you are not in agreement.
To select a squad, you are saying something different now. So let's go over it again. So you're saying that John Wall should have a camp wherever he wants to have it with the players who are available to prepare them. I am saying to you, in the ideal situation, all the players who are going to play in the under-20 in February should be in a camp. Ideally, that would work. However, given that some of the players that he may want to use are playing in environments where they are not available to be in a camp, all I'm asking you is what should he do? Do without those players and just continue to work with the available ones. That's all, you know, we're not arguing, you know.
Do without, we're not arguing. Do without some of them and lock in on the ones that you feel are of utmost importance and wait on those players.
Okay.
For the ones that you don't believe are of utmost importance, we have to do without them.
Okay.
Because you have to learn to cut your losses. So I'm going to ask you a question. So what are not a question? Make you say a question. What is the estimated preparation time? Let us say he gets all the Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, top youth players. What is the estimated preparation time to play that match in February?
It's very difficult because guess what? I can't give an estimated until, because number one, to determine your estimated. Football is not like that, you know. I'm going to create time. There's periodization. So one, if you have a group of players, it depends on the composition of your team. If you have certain players in certain positions who have played together, it may be easy to help them to understand the system. So if you can get players with good technical and tactical understanding of the game, and you have them for 3 weeks, you can get them ready when they're at that level if they have already good technical and tactical skills. However, given what Jamaica wants to do, that is going to be hard to happen, because I am telling you this, parish council, your suggestion, because you think I'm in a disagreement with you, your suggestion is ideal if you're going to build the squad with players who play domestic. If you plan to use players playing overseas, it may not be the best situation to have them in camps. What would have been better is exactly what he was trying to do months ago, to get them to play games during the international window, so that way he could build up some sort of relationship with them. That is important. But given what we want, because we want things two way, you know. Maybe not you, but some persons want the players in England and other places in Europe who are in top clubs to come and play right now, right? Others are saying, but the team need to be in camp preparing. So we can't have both. That's all I'm saying. You can't have both.
Yeah, I agree. Do you have any idea of the potential opponents who might face?
Yeah, man, we know the zone and all of them things. We know in our zone, parish council, man. It start the 23rd, you know. In Jamaica zone, you have Bermuda, you have Grenada, you have Martinique, and you have St. Kitts and the Nevis.
Oh, so maybe because the opposition is not of the highest quality, because I don't really know about them under 20 programs. But I mean, let us say they have good talent and we have good talent. They got 3 months to prepare, but we got 3 weeks. What you mentioned about the technical ability means nothing there and then, you know, because you have 2 teams with good talent, but one got more preparation time.
Yeah,
you understand?
I am not saying to anybody that people should not prepare. All I'm saying, all right? All I'm saying is that if we are saying that we need to have our players in camp preparing for competition, all I'm saying is this: it may mean that some of the players who are in some of the top clubs will not be available for those camps. So we can't have it both ways. That's all I'm saying. And it's okay for people to disagree. If a person disagrees with that, it is okay for me. But what I know is that if
we at least identify 3 or 4, or I say core players, one in defense, one in midfield, one in attack, and you know, and we can blend them into the team of the players who we had available and were training, then it wouldn't be such a difficult transitional period. But it is a similar thing as to why we speak about connecting with the teams, you know. I mean, December is short, so you look on January and then February, and then within a week you're gonna see this team pop up on us, and everybody are gonna say, who is this youth? Who is that youth? So where him come from? So where him born? And it just gonna feel as if we just patch a team together.
All right. So parish council, all right. So let's go back to it. Do you believe that the coach in his team should select players who are connected to the top Premier League clubs? Those they are not going to be available to come until there's an international break. Should he still select those players? Yes or no?
4 maximum.
All right, so here's the problem you're going to have. You see, if you say that, you know what Jamaican people are going to say? You are imposing a quota system. And they're going to have a problem with that.
No, it is the circumstances under which we're operating. It not have nothing to do with quota.
But they're going to say
it is the circumstances when you look on chemistry and team building and all those things. You cannot just pick a random 23-man squad. You need a core, and then you need to add
let me ask you this. So we have a core of players now. Say that Mason Greenwood, all of these guys come available. You remember we're having the same discussion, you know? We're having the same discussion. And the point we're making is that, do you just bring in players like that?
No, more than 4 or 5 players can be added to the current team because of team moral, chemistry, understanding, not just on the field, but you as the manager knows blending with the squad and knowing each other. No more than 5.
Remember though, here's what you're gonna have. You have 11 elite players, and you're going to say, for the purpose of chemistry, I am only going to use 4 of them. You have to also hope and pray that that works, you know. Because if it don't work, then people are going to come out against you. Say that, listen, if you had brought the other 7 elite players and had 11 elite players, the team would have done. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. This is the complexity.
No, man. I mean, Arsenal can buy 10 players come January. Them can get 5 loanee and then buy 5. But Arteta will say, listen, for the betterment of the team, let us work on these 4 or 3 or even 1 that we want to add to our squad. So it's a football work, man. You can't do that. You can't just change a team similar to what we see now with the ladies. You understand what I say? Maybe if 4 of the ladies then we get put out and the rest of the squad did leave and we'll add some, it would have worked out better. So in football, in team sport, you can't operate like that. More to say to you again now, man. The Panam games that we played and got embarrassed, totally demolished, and nobody from the technical team came out and even spoke about this. Do you know how long they got to prepare?
The Panam?
Yeah, and I'm based in my arguments around lack of preparation. Earlier, you made a comment about Clarendon and Glenmure and comparing the best with the best. And I always believe it is a lack of preparation that makes us look inferior to opponents.
All right, so let me tell you this. Here's my position, Parish Council.
Game. How long did that team get to prepare?
The team didn't have no time to prepare, man. We don't know that. You know what my issue is? You think it's preparation?
We know that, but we ignore it. We know it, but we ignore it and we don't speak about it.
No, man, not say that part. Well, I was in Australia at the time. People spoke about it, man. But here's what I'm saying, Parish Council. Listen to me. Listen what I'm saying. All right? Jamaica has to find a way of not playing in these competitions, because here's the issue you have again. So the Pan Am Games came up, right? For you to have prepared way before and brought in Tyler Roberts and Brandon Cover, you'd have to take those guys out of their clubs. That is the issue. Sometimes, because remember, Jamaica is not just the people here on the island. People in the US, people in all of those places. And they have a lot of those people outside of the geographical borders of Jamaica are restrained by their commitment to their clubs. They want to play. They are available during windows. So where you and I can agree is that the under-17 team preparation, now we need to, watch this, begin to look at the windows and pull people to come and play. And it was the CSC games, right? No, we need to do that. The CSC games and the Pan Am games. We need to begin to get the players every time there's a window for them to play. So that by the time it gets to this time, we are all right. What you're suggesting in this case is really, if you do it the way you're suggesting, which can work, you're going to eliminate a lot of high quality players, because you rather have a group of domestic players who will be the ones available, working together, being prepared to enter the competition. And we know that if they go up against the United States and Mexico, those teams are bringing in players just 2 and 3 weeks before the competition. competition because they play internationally to compare with our guys who are coming out of the Costa Cup and Manning Cup. That is the struggle you're going to have. And maybe it can work.
Yeah, but based on our reality. Based on our reality.
I see Mr. Speed. I don't even know if I'm agreeing with you or disagreeing with you. Because some of these professional players turn down overseas invitation because it's not a FIFA window.
All right. So is it that we're unable to during the windows that we have available, right? You're saying that we weren't able to draft a team.
No, man. What I'm saying is, no. Remember that the last break we got, that's what I said to you. John Wall had a group of players from Europe that the plan was that he was going to play them in a tournament in Spain. It never worked out.
Yeah, but it didn't materialize, man. So saying that don't sound like we are trying to pretty up something. It didn't happen.
If me I try pretty up, why would I not tell you? Say it never work out.
Yeah, it's I say that to me doesn't even worth mentioning because it didn't even the players didn't even come together and had a prayer meeting, much less to kick a football.
No, but
you understand?
No, but they were going into a tournament setting where they would have been in a camp and be playing and training. So all I'm saying is this. Hold on. All right. So and remember parish council. Remember the fact that he was going to call the players, right? If he's going to call 20 players to go and play in the tournament, wouldn't it mean that he's watching them, which is a part of a coach's job? It's good to have them play, but isn't he also watching them, seeing them, know what kind of system he's going to play, so this person and that person can make it in my team based on what I want to do?
Yes, man, but currently our present situation does not allow for that. So I'm saying to you, the players who are available, and I'm not saying local, I'm being political, the players who are available, wouldn't it make more sense to form that squad as soon as possible?
I'm saying to you, everybody else is saying this. The players who are available are our high school players because it's not a FIFA window. So when you say that you're going to get available players, it's our Costa Cup and Manning Cup players. So if you're saying that...
So be it, but at least come February, we could at least add 4 or 5 of those elite, quote unquote, elite players.
All right.
And put them in an already established team.
Here's my position, Parish Council. Respectfully. You see, our Manning Cup and the Costa Cup players, this is my opinion, do not believe there are enough elite players in our Manning Cup and the Costa Cup with good preparation that could help us to compete against the top teams in CONCACAF with the addition of 4 elite players. That's my opinion.
But 23 elite players who are unprepared and unfamiliar can do the job.
I didn't say that they're here's what I tell you though. Here's what I'll say to you. I believe
put your foot forward.
Answer you. Me ever tell this. I have more confidence in 23 elite players playing in academies and clubs in EPL and Spain and Sweden and those places. I have more confidence in them putting on a good showing a week before a competition than having 2 months of my Da Costa Cup and Manning Cup players going to play against under 20 teams. I have more confidence in the elite players than the Da Costa Cup and Manning Cup players at the under 20 level.
1 week preparation. 1 week preparation. Elite players.
1 week
versus
preparation.
2 months.
2 months with the Manning Cup and Da Costa Cup
players.
Manning Cup and Da Costa Cup players. Right now. Me put my money on them.
With ideal selection and no bias selection or best available players.
Let me call somebody. Malachi Douglas. And you can tell me if I'm wrong. Me call somebody. Adrian Reed. Ronaldo Barrett. Cleo Clark. Call some more name we're good. Bernard and Mackenzie from Mona. Call some more name. Call some more name. Kaheem Dixon,
Man, I wouldn't even want to call the names because I believe that sometimes just picking the top player don't necessarily equate to a proper team. So I'm just saying that whoever those players would be, a team that preparing for 2 months would be inferior to a team that, because you see preparation, here you talk about talent, and talent. You see preparation, proper preparation and good team chemistry.
But what I'm saying to you, though, Parish Council, Parish Council, is that preparation, the players who are played in elite level, they are prepared for higher level of competition than our Manning Cup, our top Manning Cup and schoolboy players, even the ones who play in the Premier League. Because that's what I'm saying, So
even but those they are prepared for their clubs. They are not prepared to come into under 20 competition with the players who are around them. It's not as if we're getting 7 from Arsenal and 6 from Liverpool.
Parish Council,
is that the case?
Here's all other people. Football education is better than time in preparation.
Repeat that.
Football education is better than time in preparation. If I am at a higher level than you, tactically and technically, and you take 2 months and prepare, and me take a week because I'm ahead of you tactically, what you are going to learn in another 2 months, me already learn long time. So I will take.
But we still learn. But I still learn.
No, me not say.
You still learn. And if you have a good teacher, you will learn. I'm not going to drag out the argument, man, but this thing where I hear you say months ago, and I'm whole against you, that better players gel quicker. You understand?
Easier.
Yes. Easier.
Let me break it down to you. Let me break it down to you. Players, elite players. The elite players are players who are good tactically and technically. They will gel faster than players who are at a lower level. All right. So when a coach, and hey, you know,
Campbell. May I hear my boss? May I hear man?
Parish Council. You know why some of our top Manning Cup and the Costa Cup players go overseas and they don't do well? It's not because they not have a lot of time preparing at those clubs, It's because tactically their understanding of the game is lacking. So a player who coming from South America, get into that starting 11 in our 2 weeks' time when our Jamaicans are probably there for 6 months and can't break in because tactically the levels are different, bro. That's all I'm saying. So you have to take football education, like Mr. Speed is saying, over time in preparation.
Why? Una the technical director and the this and the that of the teams, man. But me I tell you, do not set up this team for go out and look like the Panam team, Me I telling you, because if sensible footballing people sit in meetings and come to this conclusion, it is very worrying. It's very worrying.
Parish Council, we're gonna take because we have a couple of persons calling in because
man, take the next call, man.
Bless up yourself. People, we have Parish Council agree to this. J-Shy, you're a J-Shy, Mannings, you fit the JFF perfectly. You believe in talent than preparation. Manning, we're getting the second best of the players from the Diaspora. Factor that in. Let me tell you this. The second best player. So if there are 2 players, one makes the England under 20 and the other one don't, and he's at Arsenal, he's better a lot of times than some of the players we have playing schoolboy football in Jamaica. It is 2 different levels. Come on, man. We're not supposed to go over this, man. This is an easy discussion, man. No make we do that, man. No make we do that, no, man. Do we have good talent locally? Of course. And they need to develop and grow. That is why I was saying, like Adrian Reed, good talent should be in Europe playing because there's a level that he needs to get to. Can any of these guys? I believe that there are players who can make the under 20 team. But if we believe that we can take a totally domestic based set of players from our Manning Cup and the Costa Cup to go and win schoolboy in CONCACAF under 20 because they have 2 weeks of preparation. Oh geez. I saw Boris was calling, but let me take this call. Management. Hey, are you serious? Panama beat Jamaica with English Premier League players. Oh, Jay Shai, not bother do me that. Not do me that, man. Welcome to the program. Are you calling for the program? So you're on I Am Sure Sports Live, you know. Are you calling for I Am Sure Sports Live? You're live on air now. You're calling for the show. Are we returning your call?
Me? Gregory the show.
Oh, no, I saw a missed call from you, man. All right, then. So you look like you're on calling for the show.
No, link me back.
All right, yeah. All right, so people. All right. Hold on. Jeremy, Coach Boris was calling. So let me just call him back, Jeremy, and then I'll call you back. Let me just get... yeah.
Blessed management, blessed and blessed to the viewers and the listeners.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Go ahead, Boris.
Just few little things on the subject as you were discussing. And before I get to that, I just want to say kudos to the girls, and it's kind of sad in terms of the situation and how it plays out. I just hope it can be resolved as quick as possible, so it don't fester on and move on in terms of to the male program. You see, but I like the discussion in terms of the U20 because I was a little bit concerned because I know the tournament kicks off in February 2024. I don't know if a squad is already assembled, or I know there's a window that they have to be looking at players. I don't know if a squad is being called or what's the latest in terms of the update on the U20. But listening to the conversation, I mean, one need to understand preparation and the level of preparation. I mean, preparation entails strength and conditioning, and then there'll probably be a mental side to it, and there's a tactical side to it, both attacking and defending. Now, the caller has to understand when you speak on players that play at a higher level, they already. I'm not saying Manning Cup players program is not structured like this, but they already going into strengthening and conditioning and tactical in terms of attacking and defensive in a different setting. As you pointed out, it's elite setting. So therefore, why you might find these players, they're at a higher level. Yeah. So players' preparation are not are the same, which I don't think it is. So kudos to the listeners just to give you that example in terms of the preparation. However, and I understand where his reason is coming from. Because for me, I can get a group of high-level players or elite players and basically get them to understand what I'm trying to do from a technical, tactical situation. Now, it saved me the problem because based on where they're coming from, I don't have to wonder if they were strengthened properly or if they're conditioning properly. You see? But I think where the problem come in and where the callers is saying that we need to have camp is the dialogue. I don't think plenty of people understand what happened or what transpire when our players come from the EPL or the European League to join the Premier League program. I think they don't understand that there's a level of data that's passed in between. And for two reasons. One, to give you the level where the player is at in terms of a physical point of view. And two, to guide you in terms of what state of condition is he coming in or where he's at. I mean, the coaching staff will already know it. Based on who they're looking at, they will see and understand where the fitness level is. From a tactical point of view, what they're trying to do, they will basically understand who is it that can fit into their system. And I think it's something that a lot of people, when you say there's players coming from Europe as to the local players, it's automatically two different levels based on just basic preparation, as the caller was saying. However, as Mr. Speed pointed out to you, we have to understand what is happening in terms of international football and the window that these players can be released. You see, now, understand most of these players, based on club commitment, won't be released until, unless it's a FIFA window, because of club obligation. Now, some callers are definitely, different things work for different coaches, you see. And I get where the caller is coming from. Yeah, it's one thing to gel in a week, but I think where the caller is coming from, not knowing the squad, he's trying to figure out if these players are at a level that what is it the coach is going to do from a tactical point of view, if they can grasp that within a week. Because understanding is not based on the time span, we can only now prepare for kickoff. I mean, if we're going to use 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks to basically prepare to look at people to play in the tournament, then I think we're already behind the 8 ball. So I think the 2.5 weeks now is just to look at players to play the first game and to continue the tournament. But one has to understand is the level in terms of where the players are playing in elite competition, the level that they are coming at has to stop the local level. And I think this is something that we need to open the dialogue. I mean, we can get a lot of information from the players that are coming from the elite league to find out how is it they're prepared. So at least we can bring the local players up to par with what's happening. So we don't have a situation where, because the reality of it is two different levels.
Yeah, let me just say this. So sometimes people have selective hearing. I started out by saying John Wall is supposed to be in Jamaica this week. That's how I started out. So obviously he's going to speak to and work with, because I believe, and I've said it, I don't know how many times, like the people, they have selective hearing. I've said this before, that let me tell you, Christopher Ainsworth, good quality players, plays week in, week out for Cavaliers, can play under 20. I believe he can play at that level. So I believe Ronaldo Barrett. I believe Mackenzie at Mona. That's 3. Whisper can play under 20. That's 4, right? Malachi Douglas. That's 5. Adrian Reed. That's 6. So they are players, right? Bam. So they are players. I started out by saying John Wall is coming to Jamaica. So he's coming to Jamaica. Of course, he's going to work with them. However, the national team is not for developing players. You do that. So there's an academy thing that they're starting with Dan Cook, the JFF Academy, grassroots development, where you bring in players. When a player is 18 years old, the national program does not prepare camps year in, week out to develop him. He's supposed to be in a club that provides that development. When you have right, like Freddie Butler, for example, and you guys, you have some players that you call up every now and then. That is not for development. The players that you call in the Boris, who you come, that you guys have had the camps with, the 205s and the I think the 13. That is not development.
No.
Here, DW is saying that he's talking about in France. All right, Clairefontaine does. All right, Clairefontaine does. Let me help him. So you pick out one of the hundreds of nations and say that Clairefontaine is one that does it. National programs don't develop players. They don't. At the grassroots level, they do it. They don't take under 20s and take them out of their clubs and say we're going to develop you. So I said that boldly. You get the person to come and tell me that. Tell me where Canada takes under 20 players and develop them, and it's not through their clubs. Tell me where that happens.
You're looking at a late age. I mean, it starts from 15. Nobody develops.
But I just say I must grassroots. I talk about the country develop. I don't know where these people come. Like some of these people sometimes. 15, so. Oh my God!
But you see, the problem is that I think it's the comparison. I mean, when you look at the leagues around the world and the programs around the world, I think there's where you have a problem. I think the best thing we can do is how best is it we can develop our youths, our local based player within the same framework as.
All right, hold on, Barris. All right.
That's so we need to
DW, the only place I've been is in my house. I've never traveled out of my house. Tell me one player that was developed by their national association. Tell me the player. I have so what I know, no man. I have never been outside of my house. You when it comes on to football, DW, you are well traveled. Hold on, Coach Barris. Give me a name of a player that attributes their development to their National Football Association. I'm uneducated with football. You are the world football traveler. You have all the facts about football. No. That's not for you, Barris. This is for the intelligent DW. Come on,
Barris.
What on a man? No one the man to tell me.
Let me help VW. The reality is VW has to understand that the national team does not have the players. The players will come from clubs or academy.
What they
that's the reality.
They take what they call elite players. I interview them.
Yeah, they have been scouted from elite.
What Jamaica should do is take elite players. So they go to Mount Pleasant and they take a Devante. They go to Arnett and they take an ex-player. They take the elite players. And every week on breaks, they bring them into the National Academy and work with them and send them back to their clubs. They can't tell me no nonsense, brother.
That's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen in all fairness, man. So that's my 2 cents is how is it we can get the program, understand the program, so these players can be developed in that forum, you see. Because if not, we still going to have the situation that we have now and the discussion. You see. So my 2 cents is, can we get the programs on board so the players can work within those programs so they can at least be developing at elite stages, you see. Yeah. So I mean it will be a big spin-off and a big benefit for the program, because the reality of it, I mean, when I even at the Premier League level, I ask the question, how much of these teams have even a gym session 2 times a week?
Hold on, Coach Barris. DW says, every player, look, I want to ask you, you're saying that every player on the Canadian national team were developed.
No.
Hold on. I just want to ask you. No, Coach Barris, don't answer.
I can tell you.
No, man, Coach Barris. Coach Barris, because I'm going to bring in people from over there. So DW.
No,
Coach Barris. I want to ask him. I want to ask him clearly, because he's the only one who knows Canada. Nobody else in the chat knows Canada. Coach Barris, let me ask him the question. DW, are you on this platform saying to me that the players in the Canadian national team, they were developed by the Canadian football? Is that what you're telling me?
He couldn't be telling you that.
No, that's why I want to ask him what he's saying, you know. I want to ask him.
He couldn't be telling you that because I know people are with academies that these players are selected from, some of them. So I don't think
I can tell you some of the developmental coaches for Buchanan. That I can do. I can get him to come on the program.
Yeah, he can't be telling you that.
So I want to know. I want to know where junior. I want to know where junior highlight got developed. And
even reference. To even reference management, we just have one kid that participated with the US under 17 that was developed to IMG. So I don't think he's on the platform saying that.
No, that's what I want to find out what he's saying. If you're going to say to me that the MAs, which is what they do, Grenada is doing it, and Jamaica is going to start doing it. You have weeks where we are full. Right. What you will do, you will take the elite players and you bring them into camp. When you finish, you send them back to their clubs to play. So please answer DW and give me the names.
Now you have to understand where the players come from. I mean, the national team, all the players basically come from clubs or academies. So he has to understand that to start with. So that's the level that the groundwork, all the groundwork is begun.
I'd love for DW to come on because you see the day when he does that, would I bring you on somebody?
No, there's a lot of guys that we know that involved that day-to-day their players end up in the national program. So I don't think he's on here to tell you that. Mm-hmm. But my 2 cent management is just can we reach out to get those programs so these kids can work in those programs.
Yeah.
We can get them up.
Big up, man. And I mean, I spoke to Coach Freddie this morning too. So I know that he's hoping that something big can happen with the young group of players. By the end of this year.
For real. All right, man, that's my 2 picks.
Yeah, man. Bless up, Coach Barris. People, we're gonna run, because we're gonna run. But big up yourself, DW. But you're wrong on that, DW. People, talent identification, identifying elite players is different from developing the player. What national programs do is identify elite players. National programs, their mandate is not to develop players. Even those who have academies. Some of the best footballers across the world were developed. See, and DW don't do these things, DW, what you don't realize, DW, is that there's a lot of people who are involved in Canadian soccer. And so sometimes what we do, is because we probably come on a platform and, because we see a man or him son away, him look away, we think we know him. That's what we're doing. That's the next Jamaican thing that we need to get rid of. We like to judge book by the cover. And we think we know. But be very, very careful. Because I am telling you that there are people who are connected to some of the things that you're talking about. And you're not right. We can read things and tell you right now from a phone I get from people. You're not right. You're not right. I can talk to the man them from Haiti about the academy them have there and how it works. You're not right. MAs don't do that. MAs do talent identification. Talent identification. They spot elite players. That's what Jamaica just started, You mean ask me what the provincial teams are? Of course, different provinces, man. Come on, man. So listen again, right? Listen again. So if you have Western All-Stars under 20, and Eastern All-Stars under 20, and Northern All-Stars under 20, and Southern All-Stars under 20. And you play a competition, and you pick out the elite players. You see, those elite players in Jamaica or anywhere, they don't live in a national academy for the entire year. They go back to clubs. They go back to clubs to play. So they play those competitions to select elite talent. All right. Anyways, paper. Big up yourself, DW. You know? You're one of the good ones. Big up yourself. Hey, Stars of the East, big up yourself, Dre, anyway, though. Listen, by the I know that by the end of today, people are going to say a whole lot of things. I say, man is man, say, you know. I'm always say that. But big up in yourself, you understand me? But after running, you know, you understand me? Hey, it was a good show, you know. Cavaliers, Wednesday, we're going to be at the game, you know. Yo, hey, Peso, understand parish council, parish council and DW to, you know, to battle a champion of him, you know. God, they come to beat me today. They come to beat me today, you know. Send them a 2 backlash champion for me. The comment section, send parish council 2 backlash champion and 3 for DW. DW, big up yourself, you know. Yeah. I mean, I can get a deal with that, you know. We talked about it earlier, you know, because some of the people, honestly, some of the people believe that they can rush you know, but no. Oh, geez. You see it now? You see me, I tell you? You see it? You see me, I tell you? The man, you see what me I tell you about these people? You hear the man say, look what the man put up. The man say, I said no local camps. You know, see what the man say? People, you know, see what the man say? The man put up a comment say, me say no local camps. People, you know, look on the man comment. You know, hear me say that, people? You know, hear me say no local camps? When we started out saying January is coming to, you know, show them people are there. Yo, DW, you have temper to come and start, you see them people are there. DW, you really say that DW. When we say that DW? Send me the clip, DW. You know, send it like that star. DW, Allah, you tell people. Can't believe, DW. Me say that, DW. DW, me, DW, say all the players coming from overseas, DW. Me says a DW. DW, me say all of the players that come from overseas, DW. Jesus, peace, DW. Why you do that to me? Yo, parish council. Tell him man said that it's a parish council. Parish council, tell him man said never said nothing like that. Because you had him the yo, the true culture, big up yourself, man. Hey, DW, no do them thing here, brother. We don't say nothing like that. Big up yourself. No, true culture. What kind of printing, man, you talk about, man? Not like that, right? Man, yeah, lick up me thing for the microphone. You see what I say? Don't do it again, DW. DW. John Wall is coming to Jamaica to have a camp. John Wall is coming to Jamaica to have camps. All I'm saying is this. The players that he was going to take to Spain, right, they will not be able to come to a camp. That's what I'm saying. At no point did I say that no local players must play. I even call names. I call names, you know. I call names of players who I believe. Look on when, you know what weeks me I do program? I do program I talk about Adrian Reed and all I say he should not be playing in Jamaica, he should not play back. How much programs with the saying Malachi Douglas should not play back schoolboy football because they're good talents and Ronaldo Barrett and you do me that, man. Anyway, yo, Carla, me have to run in on. Yeah, of course, me call them names. I say John Waller come on the moon, a goalkeeper and those guys. What I believe though is that if you have players playing at the highest level, don't tell me that you're only going to use 4 of them because they cannot be at your camps. I don't agree with that because that, however you see it, comes across as a quota situation. But people, big up on yourself. The 3 hours is upon us and I have to run. Thanks to every single one of you. Blessed love. You understand me? Love for the love, you know, people. Love for the love. You understand me? No animosity, no war. Right? Just be your love. And don't let management cause you to have any problem with anybody. Don't let management cause you if you don't like this person or don't want to deal with this person. And don't let anybody else do that either. You understand me? Love for the love. One people, one heart, one Jamaica, we say. Big up to everybody. You understand me? Do good and good will follow you. I am management. This is I Am Sure Sports. And when it gets to this time of the program, you know, big up, big deal, lad. But it's a big deal, and ban for this. You know, we are over. And hey, people, only if you take out a rocky road, road is so rough, rocky road, road is so rough, rocky road, road is so rough, rocky road. West Indies won a massive game. West Indies can't win no game, brother. West Indies can't win no cricket game. No tell me say West Indies win no game. They not qualify for no World Cup. They can't win no game. Bless up. God bless. A long time you don't link me, no God bless. God bless. Link me. God bless. Big up yourself. I am managed by this. I Am Sure Sports, and as usual, we say we are over and we are out.
Boom, check it out. I don't know it's Jason. I'm a represent for I Am Sure Sports. For the latest news and updates, check out I Am Sure Sports. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe and share. Jason representing I Am Sure. I Am Sure Sports.